different countries. I think Japan, Turkey.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human. At the Children's Courtyard of South Jordan, we ensure the health, safety, and happiness of children in our care. We have infant, preschool, and pre-K classrooms, as well as a before and after school program. Here, children discover a love of learning through high-quality, hands-on experiences. And our exclusive app, Sprout About, keeps you connected with live streaming video, real-time updates, and more. Tour today. Visit childrenscourtyard.com. That's childrenscourtyard.com.
Whether your car has small tires, big tires, tires that go fast, tires with extra grip, or tires that just get you from here to there, they can be an unexpected expense. Don't wait any longer. At Big O Tires, we have no credit needed financing available. So no matter your budget, no matter your situation, we have the lowest prices on every kind of tire every day. With multiple lending partners, our financing is tailored to you with credit options made easy. Don't wait another day. Take advantage of our good to no credit financing today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then, you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like EFTs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan. Water you love.
Welcome to the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. Now get ready for Strange Things with Joshua P. Warren.
Welcome to our podcast. Please be aware the thoughts and opinions expressed by the host are their thoughts and opinions only and do not reflect those of iHeartMedia, iHeartRadio, Coast to Coast AM, employees of Premier Networks, or their sponsors and associates. We would like to encourage you to do your own research and discover the subject matter for yourself.
And each week on this show, I'll be bringing you brand new, mind-blowing content, news, exercises, and weird experiments you can do at home, and a lot more. On this edition of the show, how you can be a hidden wizard. New stealth tech. I'm excited about this show because last night I had an amazing experience. As you probably know, Dr. Mulder, who makes the wishing machines, has been a great friend of mine for a long time. He's constantly creating new, innovative things, but this new creation of his is unlike any other. It's something you can put into your pocket or your purse and use it secretly anytime, anywhere, and it will make you feel like a Jedi in disguise. So after my experience last night, field testing this thing for myself, I called him and I recorded this conversation. Enjoy. Well, Dr. Brad Mulder, I have kind of an amazing story to tell you about what happened to me last night. I was dying to tell you this off the air, but I knew it would be better if I did it here while I am recording so you could hear about this at the same time as everyone else. Now, first off, I want to address what may be the elephant in the room, because there are some who may think that when I talk to you about your products and your inventions, it's just a big commercial. But I think that there is an unfair double standard, and here's why. If I want to talk to a light bulb expert, I talk to Thomas Edison. If I want to talk to an automotive expert, I talk to Henry Ford. If I want to talk to an animation expert, I talk to Walt Disney. If I want to talk to a spaceship expert, I talk to Elon Musk. Now, yes, all these guys sell stuff, but that's why they care so much and know so much, and what makes them an expert on the subject. So if I want to talk about handheld radionics manifestation devices, I talk to you. But in this particular case, let's just make this clear. Look, nobody has to buy anything. You could listen to this conversation we're about to have. You can take the information from this and just go and make your own if you like. So is that a fair point?
I would say that's more than fair, yes.
All right, so for people who don't know what we're even talking about here when it comes to a Tepaphone, for one thing, I did an episode of this show called Strange Things, episode 241. Go back and listen to that. It's called What the Heck is a Tepaphone? But nonetheless, for everybody's convenience, I want to go over this quickly. I think of how in the Bible, in Genesis, as God is creating the world, one of the first things written is, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And we believe the Tepaphone is the ultimate manifestation light. Light is electromagnetic radiation, and all things are made of light. A Tepaphone is a simple, pure device that is capable of producing what may seem like miracles by using sort of the fundamental power of light in your thoughts. And so all things, including those we consider physical or non-physical, are made of light. So when you turn on a Tepaphone, we believe that it creates a carrier wave of light that kind of beams directly into the universe. And all you have to do is program that wave of light with your intention. And we have talked about the standard one, but now we have this thing we're calling the stealth handheld portable Tepaphone, because you've created a miniature version of this thing, and it's sort of like the people are running around here using it like an invisible infrared laser wand or something in your hand that works almost immediately. It fires your manifestation into infinity instantly. You just tap this little button on this little black box that can fit in your pocket, and you think about what you want. And I think that there's like an immediate shockwave of energy that changes everything in your favor right there and then. If you need a parking spot, or you get pulled over by a cop, or you need anything to instantly manifest, you want this in your pocket or your purse. It's almost like there's now this secret society of traveling wizards out there. And I'm about to tell you what the heck I did with this thing last night, but let me pause and ask you, can you further clarify what this device is?
Yes, it's exactly what it is. I like to, on my show, I like to talk about this device and just say it's from the minutia of life. In other words, it's from the small things like you mentioned. You're in traffic, you want to be able to, get off and find a faster route, or that pesky neighbor's dog. You want to, quiet the dog down so you get a nice sleep, that kind of thing. It handles those little things in life. I mean, yes, the other devices that we provide issue that you need to resolve real fast, you just point the LED toward the general direction of the target, press the button, and project your intention toward that target or toward that situation. And I have to tell you, Josh, the amount of feedback that we've gotten from all these wonderful people who purchased this device has been phenomenal. Of all the different devices we have sold over the years, this is one where I'm really getting a lot of fantastic feedback from people in a matter of seconds or minutes that they start seeing actual results.
Well, here's my personal testimonial, and I was not expecting this. Well, for one thing, I avoid talking about health issues because I'm not a doctor or a medical expert, but I've had a rough year over the past 365 days. I had a surgery, and I've had some other strange things that I've had to deal with, and so I right off the bat started using this to help me in that arena, and that's all I'll say about that. But here is what happened to me last night. I live in Las Vegas, and for those who don't know, you live in South Carolina, so you are on the other side of the country from me, basically, and I want people to understand that, because sometimes if they're going to have something shipped, they think it's coming from Vegas, but it's coming from South Carolina. So I live in Las Vegas. There are notoriously long traffic lights here, and which I think is actually terrible. And I'm not just talking about on the Strip where people are walking around. I mean all over this town, and some of them last like 3 minutes or more. And the reason that's a problem is because there are so many people who run red lights here because they're like, hey, I'm not going to sit here for 3 minutes, and they zoom through those intersections, and there are wrecks. So last night, Lauren and I decided we were going to run around all over this side of town and do some experiments with this Tepaphone. And so I said, well, right off the bat, let's see if we can use this thing so that we don't catch the red lights. So I've got the Tepaphone in my hand right now, the stealth handheld portable Tepaphone. And like you said, it's a little black box. It feels good when you push that button. There's something very satisfying about it. And then a red light comes. Is that red or is that infrared?
It's infrared. What you're saying is it's a glow. Matter of fact, I've seen some top questions people ask, like when they see the videos, they say, I see this white light, and I stare at this thing, and I don't see anything but a little red glow. Well, what you're seeing is it's the technology of the digital cameras that are picking up that infrared light and converting it into white light for you to see on your camera or your computer monitor or whatever. But it is an infrared, which is on the red spectrum. It's just beyond the visual. It's just beyond the capabilities of the human eye to actually see it.
Okay, that is a good spot for a break. And, it's funny because I'm actually very tired. I was out most of the night last night. You'll see why, because when we come back from this break, of course, I'm going to tell you what actually happened to me and my wife, Lauren, when we went out on the town in Las Vegas using this device. And I actually had planned to do a completely different show this week, but then that happened last night. I was like, let's put the brakes on that one. I'll do that show I had planned next time. I wanted to immediately get this information to you. So when we come back, I'll tell you more about what this thing actually feels like in your hand, and then yes, step by step, why that I'm so excited and amazed. Of course, the thing about this show is there's just never enough time, and there are things that I'm not able to talk about on the show that I can tell you directly if you subscribe to my free and spam-free e-newsletter. It takes you 2 seconds. It's very, very easy. Go to joshuapwarren.com. When you type that in, there's no period after the P, joshuapwarren.com. Right there on the homepage, there's a little spot where you put your email address in there, you hit submit, and when you do that, you will instantly receive an automated email from me with links to some free online goodies that will help you start making your life magical almost immediately. And also, while you're there, hey, if you like the show, consider supporting it by buying something cool from the Curiosity Shop. You'll see the link to the Curiosity Shop there at the top, and you'll find things there you won't find anywhere else in the world. JoshuaPWarren.com. I am Joshua P. Warren, and you are listening to Strange Things on the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. And wait till you hear the story when I come right back.
Hey folks, we need your music. Hey, it's producer Tom at Coast to Coast AM, and every first Sunday of the month, we play music from emerging artists just like you. If you're a musician or a singer and have recorded music you'd like to submit, it's very easy. Just go to coasttocoastam.com, click the emerging artist banner in the carousel, follow the instructions, and we just might play your music on the air. Go now to coasttocoastam.com to send us your recording. That's coasttocoastam.com.
At the Children's Courtyard of South Jordan, we ensure the health, safety, and happiness of children in our care. We have infant, preschool, and pre-K classrooms, as well as a before and after school program. Here, children discover a love of learning through high-quality, hands-on experiences. And our exclusive app, Sproutabout, keeps you connected with live streaming video, real-time updates, and more. Tour today. Visit childrenscourtyard.com. That's childrenscourtyard.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then, in a few clicks, generated assets are like EFTs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
The Coast to Coast AM mobile app is here and waiting for you right now. With the app, you can hear classic shows from the past 7 years, listen to the current live show, and get access to the Art Bell Vault where you can listen to uninterrupted audio. So head on over to the coasttocoastam.com website. We have a handy video guide to help you get the most out of your mobile app usage. All the info is waiting for you now at coasttocoastam.com. That's coasttocoastam.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then, you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like EFTs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs
Not always, but in most cases, I try to make the gamble small because to me, that's the fun of it, is putting in a small amount to get a big payoff. So I'm not some guy who's going to go in and say, hey, I won $150,000 last $200,000 to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to spend a very small amount for a big payoff. Now, having said that, when you get a jackpot on a slot machine, traditionally, that means it's $1,200 or more, US dollars. And when you make $100, then all of a sudden a little thing pops up and says, hey, hand pay required. And then you have to sit there and wait. And a casino employee comes out and then they have you fill out tax forms, because you got to give Uncle Sam his share, of course. And then they pay you the cash. So that's a hand pay is like, that's what you want. And in my entire life, I have never gotten more than one hand pay in a night. And some of those hand pays have been big, but I've never gotten more than one in a night. That changed last night. After Lauren won her $800, we thought, well, we've had a lucky night. Let's go ahead and leave. We were going to go to pick up some food at a restaurant and take it home. As we're going out the door, Lauren says, well, I want to run to the restroom. So while she's in the restroom, I took a $20 bill. I said, Lauren, give me that telephone real quick, you know? And so I put it in my pocket, and I was like, eh. So I go over to this machine. I put $20 in. And by the time Lauren had come out of the restroom, I had $60. And I said, well, I'm going to just cash this out. And I went over to the machine to cash it out, and there was a big line there because all these guys were there servicing the machine and everything. And so I said, I don't want to wait. I'll just play the rest of the $60 out. So I go back, I put the $60 in, I hit the button a couple of times. I hit a royal flush for $4,000.
Wow.
So that I've only hit a royal flush twice in my entire life, and without using like a wild card or something like that for people who are into gambling. So that was my hand pay number one. All right. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I'm sure glad you wanted to go to the bathroom, and I'm sure glad they were working on that, bill machine. Okay. So then we're on the way home. I'm delighted. I can't believe I just got handed $4,000 after I put a $20 bill in this machine. So I said, let's stop at this bar right next to our house and get some food from there, to take home. I go into the bar. I sit down at the bar, and I was like, you got that telephone here? She had it back in her purse at this point. So anyway, so she hits the button and I said, charge us up. I said, crank that thing to 11. And so I put $100 into the machine, and within certainly 5 to 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, I hit $1,600 on Keno. That's jackpot hand pay number 2. And I said to Lauren, this is amazing. I've never hit 2 hand pays in one night. And this is within less than 90 minutes. I've hit 2 hand pays. So I was like, well, we'd be stupid to stop at this point. So